Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Log execute.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we defeated our rival, made our way through the Viridian Forest, and defeated Brock, the Pewter City gym leader. In this episode, we'll be continuing on into Route 3. So, I did actually do a bit of grinding off-screen, as I have been, mainly getting everyone up to level 15. Stats are pretty good looking for right now. The main thing to go over would be Happy, who, as you saw last time, or maybe if you didn't, he evolved twice, and now we have Compound Eyes, which is one of the best abilities in Nuzlocke, if you ask me. And I actually have a pretty good nature for Happy. He's a modest nature, meaning he gains more special attack and loses a bit of attack, which not good for his typing, because in Gen 3, Bug and Flying are both physical types, and so none of my stab attacks are going to get any power from that low attack stat, but I didn't really catch Butterfree to use in battle. He's more a utility player. And as you can see, I trained up quite a bit. It's mainly so that everyone will get up to level 16, and that's pretty clear for why I did that, considering a certain Pokemon I have with me that, well, I won't be around the bush. It's Maverick. He'll evolve as soon as he hits level 16, which pretty much sets him up to change in the sidebar, which I will do right here and now. I'll mainly be leading with Goose because he's the next closest after Maverick to evolve, and I want to get him up there, but for now, let's just focus on getting through this area. There are a lot of trainers on Route 3, and an opportunity to catch something, but I will be holding off, because there is a Route 4 encounter that any Nuzlocker should take up on, especially if you didn't pick Squirtle for your starter. I mean, I know I did, but I'm still going to take it because I'm not going to pass up a gift encounter. And here we go, Maverick is evolving. Okay, well, Squirtle was nice, but Wartortle will be better. I don't really care much about the design of Wartortle. The tail and feather ears kind of don't make much sense to me, and they don't really come back in later. But, better stats. Gotta make my way to Blastoise somehow. So with that, let's just go up here and take on this guy. It's gonna mainly be battling for at least the majority of this episode. Okay, standard bug catcher should be pretty easy with Goose to take care of all this. But I am gonna do a bit of switch training just to be keeping levels a bit consistent. So let's go to, well, actually, let's stick with Goose for this one. I can always trade in someone in the next Pokemon. Yeah, okay. Well, mainly because I didn't want to risk getting poisoned by Poison Point. I still don't know if Weedle has it, but better safe than sorry, I've always said. So let's switch in Nezumi. That we can just tackle. I know Hyper Fang is stronger, but it has less accuracy. And I've had a 90% accuracy move miss like 7 times on me. I don't know how that's even possible with the odds, but it happened. Anyway, after Goose, Nezumi is the next closest at 20 to evolve. I might not show her evolution on screen, mainly because uh, I'm probably gonna be I might catch something here, and I know that I'll at least have 6 Pokemon from something coming up. You'll see in just a bit, but in terms of team members, I'm pretty sure I can catch something on here on Route 3 than in the next location that we're going to be heading to. So now to switch to Happy, because as I know from my many times playing this game, any NPC Ekans that you encounter will always be given Intimidate, which will always lower the attack, which I don't use Happy for physical attack, so it's pretty useful to use him. You might not have a Caterpie, but I was lucky to catch one. Okay, so with that, we can continue on. I am going to be hopping down the ledges just to get a few more battles in. I know that's kind of halting the progress, but I'd say better to just get all this grinding out of the way now, rather than having to worry about coming back here before making it through this next area into the next city. Plus, getting Goose to evolve, and maybe Nezumi, if we're lucky, would be useful. Mainly to fill out the Pokedex. I'm not gonna... I keep thinking to switch to Blodin, because he actually has a pretty slow experience curve compared to everyone else here, but he wouldn't be doing much damage to Kakuna. And I know I do have Scratch, but that's super weak. Maybe I can train him against the next trainer that would go up against. Okay, so let's just guess through this. We're almost getting to level 17, so maybe we'll have 2 evolutions this time around. Okay, come on. Yeah, I kind of figured you had a Metapod. Not gonna give you the chance to just harden like I did back in the Viridian Forest that took up all the time. And of course, my minus attack nature on Goose isn't helping me. Okay, well, let's just go. Come on. I won't be heading back to Pewter to heal because there is a Pokemon Center at the end of this, well, not this route, but the next route, which should be fairly useful. And of course I sent in Goose against a trainer with a Spearow. I know some people prefer Spearow because it's faster, more aggressive, but I always kind of liked Pidgey's balance, at least in Nuzlocke, at least in these early levels, where stray crits are more critical to you, because, I mean, when you get hit in the late game with moves with 95 power, 100 power, it doesn't really matter how good your stats are. Whereas crits, you kind of don't expect much damage in these early levels, so a crit really blindsides you. But let's go. Come on, tackle it. There we go. And yeah, that timid nature is really not helping me out. If it had been Jolly, I probably would be better off, considering Jolly increases speed but lowers special attack, and Goose, I don't think, even learns any special attacks. I've been putting it off. I still have the antidotes that I bought for Viridian Forest in case this thing poison points me, because I know this thing has poison point without a doubt. So let's just scratch it. And there we go with Growl. Nidoran female is a lot tankier than the other Nidoran, but doesn't have much offensive capability by comparison. Still a pretty useful Pokemon because it can learn a bunch of things when it finally evolves into Nidoqueen, but for now, that doesn't really apply. Fury Swipes. Well, I don't use Leer at all, so I might as well take Fury Swipes. I know it's a bit more inaccurate than even Hyper Fang, but the odds of getting 2 or 3 hits in with that are at least better than possibly waiting around. So now we've got another Bug Catcher. This should be where Goose evolves, I believe. Because now I have all of the stats I need. Oh, yeah, he'll definitely evolve off this Canopy, but after that, I think I can switch over to Nezumi to lead and start getting her up to level 20 for evolution's sake. Yeah. Let's get... Okay, I know I said that Hyper Fang wasn't very good because of the 90 accuracy, but let's see if I can get lucky. I did. And 1 shot. Okay, good. And with that, we've cleared through most of the trainers, and Goose is evolving. Yeah. So, 2 evolutions in 1 episode. I guess we're kind of on par with last episode, even if they aren't for the same Pokemon. It'll be a while till we see Maverick and Goose evolve again. But you never know. Okay, so now that Goose has evolved, we can switch him out of the lead and switch Nezumi in to lead us. Because I believe we have 1 more trainer here. Yep. I'm not going to go into the grass just yet. I'm going to head off to the Pokemon Center up the way, just so that I can start with getting a new encounter via a gift. Though I don't really consider it as much of a gift, considering unlike normal gifts that are just given to you by NPCs, this particular Pokemon that is only available in this route is actually sold to you, which is kind of why I didn't buy a whole lot of things. I did buy more Pokeballs to actually catch Pokemon on this route, and I'll be using Happy for that, mainly because his Sleep Powder being so accurate makes him kind of the ideal thing to catch Pokemon with. But to start out, let's go over here to this bald guy, and he's gonna sell us Magikarp for an outrageous amount of 500 Pokédollars. But I don't really care. I'm a female Magikarp, so I think I will go with a Disney reference. I believe it's Disney. It's The Last Dragon, Sisu. I know it doesn't make much sense since Magikarp doesn't become a dragon, but that's the whole mythology of the type. Let's see what we've got for Sisu. Gentle nature. Okay, I'll keep that in mind and update you next time if she's still here. Yeah, only Splash, can't really grind her. Would be an annoying amount of switch training, so let's just heal up first. And then, you won't be seeing this from me very often, but I am going to box Sisu because I really don't feel like grinding her, and I want to catch something else. So let's just drop you off in box 1, Sisu. And now that we have Sisu in the box and 5 Pokemon in our party, we'll go back down to Route 3 and try... Oh, wait. Want to switch in Happy because he's our catching Pokemon. Okay, now we have you, thankfully. Mankey, I think, is a little rare here, but obviously stronger to catch here, but not worth it if you... Well, kind of worth it, but at this point, his main usefulness, Brock, is done and dusted, so not entirely useful. There are at least four Pokemon here that I can't catch based on species clause. So let's see if we get lucky. No, a lot of Pidgeys. This is a good place for EV grinding, at least for any physical sweepers, because most of the Pokemon here have speed and attacking EVs. And speak of the devil, here's an attack EV. Nidoran, level 6. I think that's the highest that you can get here. Poison type, so Poison Powder won't work, but I didn't plan on using Poison Powder. He should have Poison Point for his ability, and now that he's asleep, thanks to Happy's 97.5% accurate sleep, I'm just gonna try chucking a ball at him. I think the Pokeball at full health starts to drop off near this point, unless you have sleep, but it clearly didn't for me. So now we've got a would-be king in our party. So I think I'll go with Henry. And just to Henry the Seventh. I know most people think when they hear King think Henry VIII because all of the stories around him, but not me. But for now that we have Henry the Seventh with us, let's actually check him out. Again, I'll have to take him to the... Okay, Modest Nature. Not the best, that's minus attack plus special attack, like I said, with Happy, but he's more of a mixed attacker, really, but not too bad. I can probably give him some TMs if I grind later. But let's go back to the Pokemon Center, and then we're gonna run inside Mount Moon and see what we can catch there. And I know I gave you guys a long episode last time, but I think that now I can give a bit of a shorter episode, maybe check out what's to the left of here, and... Okay, we got new encounter, and it's a Geodude. Okay, great. I was hoping for this. And a female. We haven't been getting very many, but oh well, time to use Happy's sleep powder, because whole reason I got him. And I think because of how weak Happy's physical attack stat is, and Tackle being resisted by its rock type, yeah, that was a crit. Easy to use Tackle to just do a little weakening. I want to at least get it to yellow, and if it wakes up, I'll just use another... Okay, it's asleep, half health. I think this is good enough to throw a ball. So in terms of names for this thing, well... I think that I'll just go with a certain name that I saw in another Nuzlocke from TFS, at least half of it. Poppy. Pop Rocks, not much of a thing. Anyway, I'll probably change my team around off screen and do just a little grinding after this episode, but oh yeah, I should probably switch Nezumi back to the lead. I could have gone to Zubat, which probably more useful than Poppy, but I'm fine with Poppy on the team. Let's just get the item that's over here, and then I'll switch Nezumi in the lead. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've always had that compulsion to switch around my team. Whenever, like, so that I keep a consistency of where everyone is located, but I'll try to fight against that. But for now, let's go. Okay, Hyper Fang is not missed for me yet, but in grinding, it was always wanting to miss. No, Nezumi, you're staying in. Okay. Again. Yeah, I know I said that it missed a lot, but of course it's proving me wrong here when I'm actually recording to show people how much it doesn't really help. Okay, well, let's see if we can just do one more battle. And maybe another. I know I said that I wanted to make this a shorter episode, but we've got a bit of time before I have to end the video off. Okay. Come on. Okay, yeah. Always good to fight a Clefairy and Jigglypuff outside with a female Pokemon, because more often than not you encounter a female of either Clefairy or Jigglypuff, and they have the cute charm ability, which can cause infatuation if you make contact with the opponent. I'm probably just gonna go down here, because I know that this isn't the way forward, and do a last-minute item grab. Really glad I don't use repels to control what I run into, because if I had, and it had run out here, then I would probably only have Paris, and Paris isn't that great. It does get the move Spore later on, but it's not the best type of status move. I mean, it does do 100% sleep, but Paris and its evolved form are not fast enough to make use of sleep that well. So yep, and there it goes, missing. Well, now I kinda have to stick with this, because it's the most powerful move I've got. Come on, let's just kill this thing. The more levels you gain on screen, the less grinding I have to do for you, and the less team rearrangement. Well, not less team rearrangement, but I don't know what I'm saying anymore. She'll hopefully not take forever to get to level 20, and I'll do my best to grind up to a reasonable level. Probably not overkill, but we're mainly going to be focusing on Nezumi right now, and then getting a few team members up to snuff that can actually fight back. Sisu is fine and all, but I'd prefer to save grinding her for later, when it's easier to train a Pokemon that can actually fight. Okay, with that star piece secured, I think I will end the episode here. I'll probably not be in this exact same spot when I come back in the next episode. But until then, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.